This video is for anyone who feels overwhelmed by emotions like anger or frustration. If you struggle to maintain peace in challenging moments, this story will remind you that you have the power to control your reactions. Learn how emotional resilience can bring inner calm and clarity. Once, in a quiet village by the river, there lived a monk known for his deep meditation and profound calm. Every day, he would sit by the riverbank, on a large rock, lost in the peaceful serenity of his thoughts. His presence brought a sense of tranquility to the place, and the villagers would often seek his wisdom. Every day, a washerman also visited the same riverbank to wash clothes. There was only one large rock suitable for this task, and the washerman had become accustomed to it. On this particular day, as he approached the rock with his bundles of laundry, he saw the monk sitting there, eyes closed in deep meditation. At first, the washerman thought to himself, perhaps the monk will get up soon. I'll wait for him. But time passed, and the monk remained undisturbed in his peaceful state. The washerman waited patiently for nearly 2 hours, but still, the monk didn't move. Finally, with a sense of urgency, the washerman approached the monk, folded his hands, and politely said, "Sir, I come here every day to wash clothes, and this is the only suitable rock by the river. Would you kindly move so I can get to my work?" The monk, hearing the request, calmly stood up and moved a little farther away, choosing to continue his meditation from a different spot. The washerman began his task, grateful for the monk's understanding. However, as the washerman washed the clothes, water splashed on the monk. The dirty water soaked his robes, and the monk's peaceful demeanor shattered in an instant. He stood up angrily, glaring at the washerman, and began shouting, "How dare you splash dirty water on me? Do you have no manners? Now my robes are ruined." The washerman, stunned by the monk's outburst, immediately bowed his head and said, "I am so sorry, sir. I wasn't paying attention. Please forgive me." But the monk, consumed by his anger, continued to scold him. "You have no respect. Didn't you see what you did? Now I have to wash these clothes again because of you." The washerman, overwhelmed by guilt, pleaded, "I beg your forgiveness. It was a mistake. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was just focused on my work." He stood there, hands folded, his heart heavy with regret, awaiting the monk's response. Then, quietly, the washerman spoke again, his voice calm despite the tension. "Sir, you must understand. I am a washerman. I clean others' dirt and stains. I didn't create the mess, but I am tasked with cleaning it. Just as life brings its share of stains and dirt, we too are responsible for how we handle those stains. It's not about the dirt, but how we respond to it." The monk stood in silence, listening intently. For a moment, he was still, and then the realization dawned on him. The dirty water was an accident, the anger he felt was a choice. The emotions that had risen within him, anger, frustration, had been his own doing. In that moment, he understood the lesson the washerman had unknowingly taught him. The monk took a deep breath, letting go of his irritation. "I see now," he said softly. "It was not the dirty water that caused me distress, but my reaction to it. I allowed my anger to control me instead of controlling my response. Thank you for teaching me this valuable lesson." The washerman, relieved, gave a respectful nod and went back to his work, knowing that the monk had learned something important that day. Moral of the story. The story teaches us that we are not controlled by external events, but by how we choose to respond to them. Emotional resilience lies in controlling our reactions, not letting anger or frustration dictate our actions. True peace comes from within, through mindful responses.